Hidden trauma and nervous system, dysregulation, chronic stress crash. The information shared in this video is purely for educational purposes and should never replace professional medical advice. If you stay with me all the way to the end, I've got an exclusive free gift that will help you kickstart your health journey today. Now, let's jump in. If your doctor keeps saying your labs are normal, but your body feels completely burned out, this video is for you. You went to the doctor. You described the exhaustion, the stomach problems, the pain that moves around your body, the sleep that never actually restores you. After running tests, the doctor looked at you and said those 4 words that somehow make everything worse. Your labs are normal, but you know something is wrong. Your body is telling you something is wrong. Today we're going to talk about why that doctor might not be lying, but might also be missing the most important piece of the puzzle. Meet Jake. Jake is 38 years old. He lives in Ohio, works a desk job, pays his bills on time, and by every external measure, he is a perfectly functional adult. But every morning, Jake wakes up feeling like he never slept. His stomach is a mess before he even gets to work. His shoulders live up by his ears. He gets sick more than anyone else in his office, and some days the fatigue hits so hard he has to grip the steering wheel so tight just to grab onto something real. He has seen a primary care doctor, a gastroenterologist, and a sleep specialist. Everyone keeps telling him the same thing. Nothing looks wrong. What Jake does not know yet is that his body is not broken. His body is doing exactly what it learned to do a long time ago. It learned to survive. Here is the thing about trauma most people never hear. Trauma is not just the big dramatic events you see in movies. It is not only war or accidents or obvious abuse. Trauma can be a childhood where you never felt truly safe. It can be a parent who was emotionally unpredictable. It can be years of being the kid who had to be perfect, or the kid who learned that expressing emotions caused problems. Trauma is anything that overwhelmed your nervous system before you had the tools to process it. And when that happens, your nervous system takes notes. Your nervous system has one fundamental job: to keep you alive. Deep inside your brain, there is a tiny structure called the amygdala. Think of it like your body's security alarm. When something feels dangerous, the amygdala fires a signal and your body floods with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate goes up. Your digestion slows down. Your muscles tighten. Your immune system shifts into emergency mode. This fight-or-flight response is brilliant when the threat is real and temporary. The problem is what happens when the threat was real, but the nervous system never gets the message that it ended. Jake's nervous system learned early on that the world was unpredictable and potentially dangerous. Even though his childhood is decades behind him, his amygdala never fully received the all-clear signal. So it keeps running low-level emergency protocols every single day. Not a screaming alarm, but a constant quiet hum of danger that never shuts off. Scientists call this a dysregulated nervous system, and it is far more common than most people realize. Now let's talk about the vagus nerve, because this is where things get really interesting. The vagus nerve is the longest nerve in your body. It runs from your brainstem down through your heart, your lungs, and your gut. Think of it like a telephone line between your brain and your organs. When your nervous system is calm and regulated, the vagus nerve carries signals that slow your heart rate, support digestion, and keep inflammation low. When your system is stuck in chronic stress mode, that telephone line gets fuzzy. The signals get disrupted. This is exactly why Jake has gut problems. When the body thinks it is in danger, digestion becomes a low priority. Blood flow gets redirected to your muscles and your heart. Your gut microbiome, the community of bacteria living in your digestive system, actually changes under chronic stress. Prolonged stress hormones can disrupt gut bacteria balance, weaken the intestinal lining, and contribute to inflammation throughout the body. Jake is not imagining his stomach pain. It is a real physical response to a nervous system that cannot find its off switch. The sleep problems make sense too. Your body only enters deep, restorative sleep when it feels safe. When stress hormones stay elevated into the evening, they can block the natural rise of melatonin. Your brain keeps one eye open, You wake up at 3 in the morning with your heart slightly racing and your mind already rehearsing tomorrow's problems. After years of this pattern, the exhaustion becomes its own chronic condition. If any part of Jake's story sounds like your story, you are not alone, and you are not crazy. What is happening in your body is real. It has a biological explanation. And, most importantly, there are pathways toward healing. If this kind of content resonates with you, hit that like button right now and subscribe so you never miss our videos on nervous system healing, trauma recovery, and practical tools for getting your body back into a state of safety. It genuinely helps us reach more people who need this information. So let's talk about what actually helps. The first and most powerful tool is breathwork. This sounds simple, but the research behind it is strong. When you breathe slowly and make your exhale longer than your inhale, you directly activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest side that Jake's body has been missing. Try breathing in for 4 counts and out for 6 to 8 counts. Do this for 5 minutes and you are sending a safety signal through your vagus nerve to your brain. Slow diaphragmatic breathing has been shown to reduce stress and improve nervous system balance over time. The second tool is sleep hygiene, but through a trauma-informed lens. Jake does not just need a consistent bedtime. He needs to teach his body that nighttime is safe. That means keeping the room cool and dark, avoiding screens and stressful news for at least an hour before bed, and creating a wind-down ritual that tells his nervous system the threat assessment period is over for the day. Over time, this consistency becomes medicine. Third is gentle movement, not punishing exercise. Jake's nervous system does not need more intensity. It needs movement that brings him back into his body with kindness. Walking in nature, slow yoga, gentle stretching, or even dancing alone in his kitchen can help discharge stored stress energy. Many trauma and somatic therapists describe how the body stores unprocessed trauma as physical tension, and gentle movement is one of the most effective ways to begin releasing it. Fourth is journaling, especially writing without editing yourself. Expressive writing about difficult experiences has been linked with reduced stress and better immune function over time. Jake does not need to fix anything that he has written down immediately. He just needs to let his nervous system know that his experiences are allowed to exist and be acknowledged. Fifth is nervous system regulation practices like cold water on the face, humming, or even gargling with water. These may sound strange, but they all stimulate the vagus nerve. Humming creates vibrations in the throat that travel along the vagal pathway and signal the brain toward calm. Gentle cold water on the face can activate a reflex that slows the heart rate quickly and shifts the body toward a calmer state. Jake did not choose to have a dysregulated nervous system. Neither did you. The body learned what it needed to learn to get you here. Healing is not about willpower or just thinking positive thoughts. It is about consistently, gently, and patiently teaching your nervous system that it is finally allowed to feel safe. If your labs are normal but your body keeps telling you something is off, start listening to that message differently. Your body is not betraying you. It is asking for something it may have never truly received: safety, consistency, compassion, and time. You have already taken the first step today by learning why. The next step is beginning, one breath at a time. If you're loving this content, hit like and subscribe for weekly videos on nervous system healing and trauma-informed health. Check the description to grab your exclusive free gift to kickstart your journey, and then click the next video on your screen to keep learning how to rebuild your health. Your support means a lot. Thank you for watching.